Dr. Gilbere, it's really a treat to talk to you and to work on projects like this, because you always have 90% of what you talk about are things that I've never heard about, and I think I'm pretty aware of what's going on.
And unfortunately, I've experienced a lot of them.
And now you're telling me there's something called chemical calories?
Absolutely.
Describe what you're talking about.
Chemical calories is a term, and not my term, I didn't coin it. It was coined by a researcher in the United Kingdom, a medical doctor. And chemical calories means that a lot of the, especially females, because of our hormone system being so different, are unable to lose weight. Boy, do I wish I could lose a few pounds. Unable to lose weight, unable to go through menopause as easily as our previous generations have been able to. Mm-hmm. And she found out, it was Dr. Paula Bailey Hamilton who discovered this, that she calls it chemical calories because when you have hidden growth hormones and hidden antibiotics in food, they store in the soft and connective tissue, especially in the female body.
Really?
So what happens is, when you're talking about, we call them the dirty dozen, which is the butter. Think about the concentration in butter, a fat, right? It stores in the animal's fat as well. In salmon, unless it's from Vital Choice in Alaska. Strawberries, we talked about that earlier in a segment. Mm-hmm. Not only do we have a problem with something like strawberries that comes from another country because they don't have the regulations, but now we know that because strawberries are sprayed so much more, that you've got a concentration of chemicals in that, so that is a chemical calorie.
And then they wax all these things.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
that's
look
not
good.
even mentioning the waxing, exactly.
Yeah.
And so then so it's not just an animal product that they give a growth hormone or an antibiotic to, it's raisins. Because
Really?
Grapes are one of the highest sprayed crops. Cream cheese, dill pickles, summer squash, it absorbs a lot more. One of the huge ones is anything that's a soft fruit. So you're talking about, for instance, an apricot has a thin skin. An avocado has a thick skin. So avocados are not usually, and I know I was raised on an avocado farm in Southern California, avocados have a very thick skin, and most of them don't have to be sprayed, and if they are, they don't penetrate, and you peel them. But apricots, we give them a quick wash, if we're lucky, and you eat them. That's a very dangerous one. Collards, green peppers, spinach, lettuce, cabbage. Think about it. A lot of it is water, so they're not only water-packed, but they're sprayed, and so they're a concentration, and that's the dirty dozen. That's the dozen that contains the chemical calories, and we hold on to the fat because it's building in the fat cells, and we don't know why we can't eliminate the weight or why we're developing some of these disorders like fibromyalgia. You've got the toxins stuck in the soft tissue.
Now, it seems to me that in what we do in our conversations, I'm talking about in the magazine, but you to a great degree as well,
right,
we can find a nutritional support situation for most everything.
Absolutely.
What you're talking about right now, the chemical calories, probably there isn't much we can do other than trying to avoid them, because there aren't supplements that have been designed or that are in nature that are going to help that problem.
Exactly. You can help the liver, as we've discussed earlier. You can give the liver some support to help it detoxify and to be strong enough to be able to work with the toxic load. But you really can't get anything that you can take orally or a supplement. You have to learn lifestyle changes, and that's what my focus is body rejuvenation through lifestyle changes. And that encompasses reading labels and knowing what you buy. And as we mentioned earlier, people don't think anything about, I forget the statistics of how much people spend on a Starbucks cup of coffee, and I'm just as guilty as the next one. I love Starbucks. But if you take that amount of money, if you had to choose between a cup of gourmet coffee and buying organic produce, I hope to God you'd choose the produce, because if for the few cents more that you pay, you're eliminating DDT and organochlorine phosphates and all of the toxic chemicals that we call chemical calories that build on in the body, especially in the females, small children, and older people. They don't have the capacity to get rid of it anymore.
So if you are buying the coffee, make sure you're reading a good book that's going to help you become captain of your own healthcare team, and maybe that'll be at least a little benefit.
And don't get poisoned by your body like I did, which was the title of my first book.
Thank you.
You're welcome.